the frog that never touched a dart. A strawberry poison dart frog can sit on your thumbnail with room to spare. That's how small this little hopper is, and it's most of why the name confused me the first time I heard it. I want to talk about that name for a second, because it's doing more work than it deserves. There are a little over 200 animals in the poison dart frog family, and the vast majority of them, including the one I sketched this morning, have never been within a mile of an actual dart. This one, the strawberry, comes from Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Panama. As far as anybody has documented, only 3 frogs ever made it onto an actual dart. They're from Western Colombia, 2 countries over from my strawberry frog, and their names are a mouthful before 5:30 in the morning. For the first 2, hunters would poke the skin with a stick, then hold that stick over a fire to cook the poison into the point. The third one didn't need any of that. All it took was rubbing the stick straight across its skin, and probably without touching the frog itself. If the person doing it had any sense. Nobody's written down exactly why this species got called strawberry, but I'll put money on the little black dots scattered across that bright red back. The parenting is where this frog actually earns its reputation. The mother lays a pile of eggs, and the father sticks around just long enough to urinate on them and keep them wet until they're ready to hatch. Then his job is done, and he's gone. She comes back, picks up each tadpole in her mouth one at a time, and carries it up into the trees, tucking it into its own little pocket of water in the leaves. 1 tadpole per pool, because put 2 together and they'll eat each other. If you think you've seen a couple of teenagers fight over food, you haven't seen 2 dart frog tadpoles sharing a drop of water. And then the real work starts. She checks on every pool she's stocked, nestling up to the water so the tadpole can tap her backside with its nose, which is the cue for her to lay a couple of unfertilized eggs right there, 2 to 5 of them every day or 2, and that's the only food that tadpole get until it's ready to leave the water. Skip a visit and there's nothing else in that pool to eat, so it just dies waiting on her. The whole process, egg to hopping out into the leaf litter hole, only takes 2 or 3 weeks. After that, the parents don't pair back up. They're not mates for life. They come together to breed. He watches the eggs, she feeds the tadpoles, and then they're both back to being regular forest floor frogs. The color on this frog isn't for hiding. Most animals get colored to blend into where they live, but dart frogs do the opposite. They want to be the loudest thing on the forest floor, because a predator that eats one and lives to regret it will remember that exact pattern and leave every frog wearing it alone from then on. The shade even shifts with what's already growing nearby, leaning more yellow or orange where the local flowers are red, and more blue or red where the flowers already lean yellow. And then there's the homing thing. Researchers have picked these frogs up, carried them 50 feet away, and released them. And the next day, they're back on the exact same log, like tiny homing frogs finding their way home, without ever seeing the sky, since the canopy is too thick to spot the sun or stars.